trust what your eyes can't see. Wanna see you in a way, wanna see you in my dreams. I was taught not to rush, but I might make a leap, cause somehow get a rush every time that you speak. Something like a crush, lead a lust in the sheets. Are you lusting for me? Do you trust me to lead? Hey, I'm no reverend, I can count the blessings. I'm not stressing, no more second guessing. I'm progressing through my adolescence. New confessions, I thank you from heaven. Two confessions, I think that we're destined. Location is off, so sorry they get that message.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated...
Welcome back. I say it every week, saying it again. Pull this mic closer to me. It's your boy Fast Lane Lambo, Frat House Media 101.1 The Fam. My boy Immanuwel Aleem. Immanuwel Aleem, hometown hero. We doing a follow-up from the first one.
It's weird because I have a weird sensory when it comes to power. Like, even with me getting caught, because I got knocked out one time by Centino, and he wasn't the strongest guy. It's just that was a perfect timing. I had a whole bunch of stuff that happened bad before I got out there, and by the time he hit me, it was just like, all right. I was an off night.
So we're going to dive a little bit deeper. My man came back with more trophies, more treasures, more everything. Look at it. Look at the table. Bling, bling. You feel me? Hey, so we're going to go ahead and kick it in real strong. Tell me about these 3 new belts. Well, give me the titles of these things, first of all.
I don't even know who to start with, but we're going to...
Yeah, I know you got some names for them, at least.
Intercontinental Championship, the UBO just got that at 175. That's a light heavyweight belt. Then I got the FECARBOX Regional Championship. That's light heavyweight WBC FECARBOX belt. And then the one and only first of its kind, the WBC DMV belt. First one made for the area, DC, Maryland, Virginia. Got Sugar Ray Leonard on there, Pernell Whitaker, Bob Foster. And these are the legends and representing each state and first of its kind, man. Okay, all right. So the DMV, this is more of an indoctrination with this belt. This is on its way to the top as far as something new to the scene. So I want you to start here. Give me a little background. What was the challenge? To getting this belt? Well, Jetta Promotions presented it, and from the WBC, they wanted to give a belt signifying the area of, the DC, Maryland, Virginia. And since me and Demond have represented that area for a while, I guess it made sense to put that fight for more people to start competing against each other at that type of level. So that history on it in itself, me and him came from the amateurs. We went through the amateur system, went professional, we fought on TV and everything.
You hold it up, you know what I'm saying, so the camera can see which belt my man's talking about right here. This is for the DMV. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if Richmond technically considered itself the DMV, so my guys really knocking people out of
we stretching that down. We telling the whole Virginia now. We telling them we part of that.
You doing that? All right, well, at least we gonna beat our way through.
Once you cross over to Virginia, that's we taking that. You on our side.
Much respect. All right, so then let's go down the line. Let's go down to right under. Right here we got the Continental Champion.
Yeah, that's a UBO.
Right here, all white if you can see it.
Won that February 24th last year. That's the one I brought back for you the first time. This and these 2. Okay. Yeah, these 2 was added plus this. It's the first one that started off. So these 3 is the ones that got one on July 26th.
Which one get the most love when you going out in public and you just like, I'm finna flex, on some Hulk Hogan over the shoulder, you know what I'm saying? Which one of them right now is getting the most shine?
To tell the truth, it's this one because it's new, but before that it was this one with the bread and butter. The silver set the party off. It got me on it, got my opponent on it, Muhammad Ali, the president, and this one was the number with the second highest belt in the weight class. And that's when I fought on TV, Javante Tank undercard, Barclays. Number 2. It was the build up beyond this was crazy. Second to none. You know what I'm saying? So that gets a lot of love. But this one here is new and fresh on the block. So they competing because this represents a whole area, everything I fought through, coming up in the states, regionals, pro. This is history. So to them, they battling.
Understood.
I like this one how it looks so far. So you don't get jealous.
All right. So 22 wins, 14 knockouts.
Yeah.
All right, so when I say 14 knockouts, I want to know who caught it the worst. who laid flat? I'm talking about, go get that boy some milk.
Yeah, shoot, there's a few of them.
I mean, 14 is a lot to pick from.
It should have been all 22, but we let a few of them.
We let them slide.
Yeah, we let them. We ain't gonna say let them slide. They lasted to the bell.
Okay. All right. First of all, I do want to shout out my brother Beezy, Unique, Hustle Hard, man. I always see you running, hanging strong with those guys. They're real Richmond natives. Definitely the name Hustle Hard sticks to them. Even when I went down there to go see you spar or whatever, my boy was down there or whatever. So I definitely want to shout them out.
That's what's up. Shout out to Unique and Beezy, man. They always supporting all the time.
Always supporting, man. See, give me a little bit of history when it comes down to, if you don't mind, you know, how you guys interacted.
Oh, with Beezy?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. I believe he hit me up one time in 2018 to come through and take a picture of the belt. So do something in the gym, and that was the first time we caught up. Cause we both, I guess, he knew Bully, or I really honestly don't know how the connection happened.
Right.
Either it was on social media or Bully hit me up or something. But I was, doing stuff with Bully. I was a shadow with him, engineering. Okay. So I always go over to mess with him with the music, and I guess they was dealing with him with the music at the time too. So we, for some reason, something happened. We connected, linked up at the gym, saw me training, came through, shot pictures up, and I don't know if they had to do a scene or something, but ever since then, been love ever since.
Understood. All right, so as we know, since you a big dog around town, there's only been, a couple of people who've been able to get that L out of you. So I want to know, when we say L's, we think of the lessons more so than what we gonna see on the record.
Yeah.
What is the L that made you realize there is a certain change in your style, your gameplay, your focus? Who was the tough person that, made you have to get up and realize, hey, you know what? Now I'm going to have to go refocus and regroup and get back in my corner and then put it back in 110 for the next guy?
I don't feel like there was any L that made me do that, because each fight was competitive. I never was in a situation where I was getting beat up. I was really technically losing. Even with the Ellis fight, I feel like Ellis was a fight that I was dealing with a lot of mental issues between the team, the corner, the relationship. So it wasn't even about my opponent. So right. he got slid off he slid by in that fight because I didn't have to really go hard. I'm not gonna say I wasn't really gonna fuck him up, but at that time I couldn't really focus on what was going on because of the battles within the corner and the team. So that made that fight happen the way it is. Santino caught me with a shot, and a lot of stuff happened previously before that, before entering the ring. So I just feel like I just had mishaps that played into my opponent's favor. And then with the Vidal fight, I felt like I was beating him and they gave it to him. So it's like, I don't feel like they gave me that, but I would say the Ellis one really made me change because I knew I had to change my team. I said, this isn't working. This isn't going to work. My corner, I can't have that type of energy going into a fight like this. That's that magnitude. And I'm not even focused on my opponent because I have my corner messing me up. You know what I'm saying? My team is the reason for my downfall in that fight. It wasn't because he was better than me.
Okay. So as a person in the boxing industry, I want you to explain to the people how important is that corner to a boxer who is trying to get himself to the top? Very important.
Because you gotta think it's an individual sport, so it's 1 versus 1, but you really got a team. So if you got your corner in sync, you really got 2. So if you got your head coach, your secondary, your assistant, so now you got 3 people who have insight that can give you, advice or whatever you need during your fight, because your head coach is supposed to give you instructions, but usually you're in there, you see something, you're gonna go for it, but they're your eyes and ears too. I utilize everybody. I don't just, even with Meatball, if he's there, I hear what he's saying, I hear what my mom's saying, I hear what my dad's saying, my brother, because all of them have a point of view and an angle, and that's all that I'm utilizing against my opponents. So it's super important when you got 6 people, 6 brains going at it, and you just one. If your one brain is and you like that, you know what I'm saying, you good enough to shut everything down, that's good. But the odds to me, he's informative, you're informative, my dad's informative, like all of y'all are knowledgeable at fighting. So we have an event, I think I have an advantage. You know what I'm saying? Having multiple heads going going forward against my one opponent. You know what I'm saying? So he's only thinking against me, and we got all of them say, hey, his body's open, his jab's hooked, because I can be tunnel vision. I can be focused on one thing. Sometimes it's hard with all the crowd and everything to implement your plan, fight in the moment, and adjust. So to have these instances when you have a trainer or somebody on your team telling you something that can assist you helps you a whole lot, because now you're like, oh, the body shot open. I'm looking, I see his hand down. I'm about to hit him with this shot, but he just told me that. Now it adds more into your game. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you something, and I don't want to leak a little bit too much, but if you have a certain style that you would say to yourself, the southpaw, the Philly shell, what would you say your stance would be?
I'm a hybrid, man. I feel like I'm a hybrid because I'm a defensive counterpuncher boxer, so it's like I can alternate from either one at any moment. So that's why I'm a hybrid. So I could be aggressive. I could have a Philly shell too, or defensive, and I can just go into, my aggressiveness. So I'm like,
or you can bait them in.
Yeah, I'm universal. That would be my style, universal.
What is life like outside of the ring?
It's still getting some work.
Okay, we all work in progress.
Work in progress for sure. You know what I'm saying? Hand in hand, boxing and life on its own. I'm still kind of getting back to life because boxing has been a huge part of my career and my livelihood. So, being able to try to balance that the best way I can, we working on it.
I know the last time we talked, we spoke that your influences were Frazier.
Yeah.
And I remember Roy Jones.
Yeah.
Have you seen anyone in the new game, this upcoming sport, that you like, oh, this guy kind of like, he got it like that, as far as any other weight divisions, anybody that you looking out to that necessarily you like, yo, this guy kind of got some moves with him. I can't wait to see him in the future.
There's a few good fighters. I do like, what's that kid at 130? One that was on Keyshawn on the card. Mason?
Yeah.
And what's his first name? I forgot his first name. But Abdullah Mason. Yeah, okay. I like Abdullah Mason. He has a lot of tools that's complete. And next is just for him to just basically get the experience on the top levels. I like Abdullah Mason. And there's a few other guys that's coming up. I like the Lugo brothers that's coming up out of Georgia. They're on the rise as well. I think they're gonna be a force.
Okay.
And I see Nasheed and Scooter Davis out of Headbangers in DC.
Okay.
In the future. Yeah.
All right, today we have a extra guest with us. Would you like to give us a little bit of background about gentleman that you brought with us and how important this young man is to you in that corner?
Oh, what's up, man? This is Jamel Freeman. AKA Meatball, you know what I'm saying? Been here for a minute. Part of the scenes is what, 2010, 2011? 2011, been rocking with us and supporting us and taking us. He done seen us from the amateur days since I was 14, 15, kicking ass then, you know what I'm saying? So seeing me then and now, and he seen me prior to the pro and the things we went through. So now he got to see the whole picture and come back in this point where we get the team back, and it's just a beautiful storm.
Okay.
But it's Meatball, a.k.a.
Meatball. Meatball. All right, so Mr. Meatball, you know what I'm saying? Let me ask you a couple of questions myself, if you don't mind.
Go for it.
What's some things that you got to see in this world of boxing that has been inspiring to you?
I've got to see a lot of just developments, and a lot of the stuff that I do is in the background. Okay. So I deal with matchmakers, I deal with little promoters, I deal with just promotional parties everywhere. So when ideas start coming together, I get in on that ground floor. So like with this team, I started as a promoter, and they weren't ready to hit the road yet. They were so amateurs.
Okay.
And so, my thing kind of went sour. So then I got into managing. R.I.P. Big Zoe, Alonzo Butler was my first client. And we hit the road a couple of times and got some stuff done, and I really got to learn. Like, I dealt with Don King back then. Like, I've dealt with main events. I've dealt with Dan Goosen. I helped book the first main event on NBC. I think it was called Matinee Boxing.
Okay.
When it first came back to broadcast TV. and that's just off the strength of joining Team Aleem just back in 2011.
Okay.
Like, they gave me my direction and like helped me define my purpose. So they were actually the reasons I went back to school and got my sports management degree. Because I was like, well, when this come back full circle, at least I'm gonna know what I'm doing so I can help.
I'm gonna give a quick hand, you know what I'm saying, hand clap, because first of all, you going back to school for what you love, and on top of that, you're applying pressure in the field. You know what I'm saying? I do want to ask both of y'all, what is your favorite arena that y'all have visited?
Barclays.
Okay. Shout out my people in
I'm
New
not
York.
gonna lie, I like Barclays is a big tie, but I like Dallas. Dallas had a good stadium. I don't know, what was that, Cowboy Stadium? Yeah.
Okay.
Cowboy Stadium was
shout out AT&T Stadium. You know, y'all know football season. Football season about to start up.
You a Cowboy fan?
I'm a Cowboy
fan.
Man,
look, and I'm gonna praise the arena too.
You know what I'm saying? World's biggest flat screen. In case y'all ain't know, I ain't gonna shout you out, Jerry. You got some problems, but we get back to that. I do want to know, I want to say, if you don't have one, I want to give a little homework, because I want to know if you got a nickname for one of these things, man.
Oh, shoot, not yet. They all just whoop ass right now. So. Mr. Whoop ass, Mr. Whoop ass, Sister Whoop ass, you know what I'm saying? And all these, they the Whoop ass brothers.
George Foreman named his
the Whoop ass collection.
Whoever got whoop ass for a belt, that's just what it is.
Well, I know the next time I see you, this whole table gonna be filled up with belts, and there's gonna be somebody still trying to hold on to one, trying to get it back.
For real.
Okay, all right, okay. So, I know you into the spirit of entrepreneurship, so we always gotta touch bases on your business with the detailing. Tell me, let's get back into what has been any of the things or the differences or any experiences in that lane.
Yeah, the detailing been doing real good, especially me coming back from this fight and everything. I'm able to come back and concentrate on that business and catapult it the best of my ability. And having these clients that's been calling me, and I think even BJ, had a recent, my man BJ had a recent service for my detailing, and I've been having consistent clients lately, and it's growing very well, especially since the last few years, since me growing it and really lifting it off and getting customers to start to do it. So now it's like I'm starting to see the progression and the consistency, and hopefully he can give a review and tell you the differences since then.
Okay. I mean, BJ, pop your head in. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gonna get a in studio live review right here. You know what I'm saying? Right here on the spot. I ain't mean to do you like that, man. Pop your head in. It's my brother BJ Evans, man. How you doing?
Sir, how you
Always
doing,
a pleasure to see you.
Amazing setup, man.
You know what I'm saying? Let these people know firsthand. I'm gonna step out the way. Mike, let them know exactly your experience with detailing as far as cars in general and y'all love for them.
Well,
it's easy mobile detail.
Easy breezy
detailing.
It is a mobile detailing. I do come to you, my service.
Yeah, in one of my businesses, I got to drive one of my trucks through really nasty places and environments. And I hadn't had my truck detail. I hadn't called them in months, probably at the beginning of the year. So it was in real messed up condition. And by the time he cleaned it, it's like a brand new truck. So if you want something that's like this brand new, he can turn a lemon into like a full course meal. This detailing is amazing. And he comes to you, and I mean, just like that.
Well, thank you, man. I appreciate it. I try to get my knockout performances not only in the ring, but into my detailing as well. So.
And look, that's funny, because that was going to be my next question. So when I got back here, I wanted to know some of the things when it comes from one field to the next field. Do you see any similarities when it comes to it? What are some of them?
Yes, because boxing, that's kind of why the similarities, just to bounce off that, is from me being a basketball player. I was able to take what I take in basketball and take that and apply it to boxing. I do see the differences of what one sport has in the other, but I was able to take a lot of the pluses and add, the balance, the speed, the training is similar to what I do. And I've seen a lot of takeaways that we don't do in basketball that we don't do in boxing. We're like, we work on our free throws in boxing, but we don't work on our free throws in basketball. We don't work on our free throws in boxing, but that's our jab. That's our other stuff. I was able to take that and apply it. You know
okay.
So it makes you think differently when you work.
The free throw is the jab.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So what's
that's a gem right there. So
is the hook the dunk?
Hey, you know look, that's a good comparison.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Or the uppercut, you know.
Yeah, that's a good comparison. But that's how I look at it, and I think that's how it trains, and it transfers a lot through my training and stuff, is being able to break it down and break the sport down, because boxing was a disciplinary sport.
Right.
So a lot of people went to the sport for discipline, or you had issues, you wanted to buy money, or you need to got to go get something, you fought about it.
Right.
Now it's a sport where it's really breaking down to people instead of wanting to come in like Jake Paul and them and they making millions. They don't want to just come in this sport looking like it's a rundown, last second fight for your check type thing. They're trying to make a business off it.
Okay.
So now that's the same aspect I see with basketball. They have that same structure that's coming into the sport of boxing now. But if you don't know boxing, you're not a person off of rough and rugged, how do you learn this sport? You learn it the same way you learn other sports. I was thinking, but I noticed it ain't like that all the time. It ain't like you go in there and work on your free throws. It ain't like that. You got to be lucky sometimes to be around an environment like that. But my whole thing is me crossover in that into my detailing or into boxing. I use basketball into boxing, but I take the boxing into detailing as well. Being able to be disciplinary and knowing how to, let me just say, I study my opponent. Study the car the same way. I see where the weaknesses are, I see where the problems is, and you gotta apply and have certain things there to take care of it. So my detailing has the same, same steps. I look at the car. Okay, this is the problem we got here. We're gonna check this off. We're gonna use this, and we're gonna go through this process, and we're gonna have a knockout finish every way.
Paying attention to detail, and it sounds like from what the Army taught me, a lot of that is preventative maintenance too. Being ready for what's to happen in the worst way. And then being precise about every move that you do, studying before you actually make a move. And I can believe. So you guys are heavy on film, or y'all? Okay.
I like the team I was with before we didn't film as much, but I've always been heavy on film when I was with Meatball.
Okay.
So from during that gap, from him seeing me early on with filming, then at that pro stance where I didn't have film, and then coming back to film. So. I do film a lot.
I was gonna say, so is there more of a difficulty level without film? Is it like, from the outside looking in, do you feel like, does it give you an extra boost to an upcoming boxer? Is studying film that necessary, or do you feel like there are people who can go with the flow and still just get it going?
To each his own. It really depends. There are a vast amount of
I think it's terribly dangerous for an artist to fulfill other people's expectations. I think that we